Welcome to the Kech Nightly Guide to World Domination through creating an empire in your very own Minecraft SMP. Now, the first step to establishing an empire in any game, especially Minecraft, is to be good at the game. Now, if you, like me, frequently shot and die constantly, this is easily substituted by spending ungodly amounts of time grinding out the best loot. There we go, all better. This is greatly aided by having a server not on the hardest difficulty, and also helpful plugins that allow you teleporting around so that you don't spend hours and then lose your stuff, and then spend hours and then somehow die and lose it all again and spend... Anyway, step 2. Befriend the strongest person on the server. Because we know you're not good enough at games for this to be you, so you need to make sure you're safe from getting absolutely demolished by someone who is actually good at the game. Step 3. You're going to need to establish a cool base of operations. As everybody knows, Minecraft is not a fighting game. Minecraft is not a mining or crafting game. It's all about architecture and real estate. Now, I, in my case, have built this great hole in the mountain, and I've filled it with a bunch of stuff so it looks imposing, and get a cool minecart track up to it. This will need to be expanded in future once you amass more land and more allies. Looking at you. Your base will have much more allure if it has readily accessible and dispensable resources, such as farms of massive amounts of livestock, or some small things like nether wart or wheat. These vast sums of wheat are not actually mine, but they could be, and they're close enough to my base to add to the market value. Step 4. Establish branding. Now, it's going to be extremely important to differentiate your cool and powerful empire from all the other weird and also maybe powerful empires that are going to arise on your SMP. Make sure they know who you are. This is going to be important for further steps. Banners are very helpful for this. Make sure it's unique, make sure it's simple, make sure it looks cool. Step 5. Start recruiting people to your team and your empire. People are the lifeblood and the currency and the most important resource of having any empire and dominating any multiplayer game. Having the higher numbers is going to be better than having the higher gear or enchants almost every time. Unless the people suck, but that's a separate problem. It's very important to get your recruiting done as soon as possible, as fast as possible, as efficiently as possible. Step 6. Establish ally empire. If you're not going to be the only empire on the server, alliances are going to be vital to not getting attacked by everybody. War is going to be inevitable between empires, and you want to make sure that even if you don't have the sheer manpower, you can recruit it from others. However, step 6B, you're always going to have to be ready to turn on your allies, if that's what your country needs. For the greater good. Step 7. Keep recruiting. No, seriously. People is the main thing you need for having an empire. You just basically gotta be likable and have people want to be on your team. It's important to have people in your empire. Step 8. Contemplate potential enemy empires. Now, one of the preeminent groups on the Gaitherios server that I have made my home is the Cat Boys, led by memes ? I can almost hear their mules in the distance from over closer to Spawn and Rat City. They are very disorganized, but they have numbers, and they are also very volatile, as anime boys tend to be. So always have to be ready, and always be paranoid. Consider the threat of war to be constant, and always predict it before it happens. Partially for safety, partially for I told you so rights. Step 9. Establish land claims. Now the only other resource that we're going to be really worried about and will be fought over on most servers will be land and people. And so you gotta make sure you claim land, stake it out however you need. I've claimed this mountain. This mountain's mine. Nobody's getting this prime snowy real estate. And with it, I will make, I don't know, whatever, but the importance is I have it and they don't. Step 10. It's just even more recruiting. Honestly, your empire is just going to be as strong as how many people you have, your cool bases and cool builds and how much land you have is usually directly correlated to how many people you have. In the end, an empire on an SMP is just a collection of people organized to do the same thing. You can hold your elections, have your wars. In the end, it's an excuse for people to come together and play this game of Minecraft that we all enjoy. So just get out there, talk to people, ask them. Get rejected, ask more people. Beg them to join your thing and give you screenshots so that you can put them in your video about making an empire. And that's going to be all from me. If you guys are interested in seeing more of my perspective of the Gaitherios SMP, which stands for Survival Multiplayer Server, please let me know in the comments or through likes or anything. I'm not sure if this is a project I'll be super successful with, so if you're interested, please let me know, and I'd love to make more.